Hey guys, what is up? Happy Super Bowl day after. Something like that. I got a laugh out of Rick down there. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Hey, it's Monday. It's the day after the Super Bowl. Did you guys go to work today? Were you productive? I sure as hell wasn't. Um, what do you think of the game? Uh, real quick, right off the bat. So last week, for those of you who might not, it looks like everybody was here last week. I had everybody give me the scores for who they thought was going to win and what the score was going to be. Nobody had it this bad, I don't think. So Mike asked, Eagles won. What do we get? I don't know. Bragging rights? I should have come up with something. But, I didn't. But, oh well. So real quick, hi to everybody in chat. We got BJ's here. Val's here. How you doing? Little Patty, hope you're doing okay, Little Patty. Your Chiefs didn't win. They played like garbage. We'll get into that here in a little bit. I agree. It was a terrible game. Val, Gary Spikes Sr., hope you're doing better, buddy. Resting up and recovering. Hi, Denise. Mike, good to see you. Pam's here too. I saw Pam earlier. I don't remember if I said that. How you doing, Pam? Anybody else who might be lurking out there in YouTube land? Kim, how you doing, Kim? Good to see you again. I got a special guest here tonight. We're going to bring out Rick Keys here in a second. Him and I go back a few years. Hey, Jason, how you doing, sir? Rick and I go back a few years. We've done a couple podcasts together, both sports and non-sports related. He's a good guy. He's an encyclopedia of sports. So without further ado, guys, please welcome Rick Keys to the show. How you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Good. Good to see you again, man.
You too, brother. You too. I was going to say when he asked, what do we get for the Eagles winning? I was going to say 9 months without Taylor Swift. I mean, that's got to be a plus.
I know. No kidding.
What's up, guys, in the chat room? How y'all doing?
We got a pretty good crowd going so far. And if you guys who aren't over in Zanzibar, who are watching this on Paranormal Among Us, go jump on over to Zanzibar, and if you could watch it over there. I'm gonna eventually move it over to there, but I think for the first month or so we'll keep it on both channels. But eventually, if you could guys could go over to Zanzibar and watch it over there, I'd appreciate that. So first off, Rick, let's talk. What do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the game? You want to talk about the commercials? You want to talk about the hype leading up? We got a lot to talk about.
I want to talk about the game because it's funny because, as you know, I have a son getting ready to play college baseball, and these young kids just don't get what wins football games. I bet some old people in here would know, because what wins championships? That we've been taught all our lives. Oh, yes. Defense wins championships.
Yep.
And in the trenches wins those wars. Hey, Kansas City, did you have an offensive line yesterday at all?
It was the craziest thing. I mean, Kansas City was so good all year. They didn't even look like they were ready to play yesterday.
No, and that's one of the best coaches in the history of the game. So I'm not going to hear about, well, Reed didn't have them ready. Reed has them ready every time. And it's not always daddy's job to hold their hands when they're making that kind of money and they're professionals. My problem is with that offensive line is there were a lot of lookout blocks, and those who ever played, you know what I'm talking about. Like two-step Olay, the guy's by you yelling at your quarterback to look out. People are going to pin this on Mahomes, and you know what? It always goes with the quarterback, period. But after he took a few of those shots early in the first half, it was like he was seeing on your show here ghosts. I mean, he heard the footsteps. He was letting go of the ball early because he had that clock going off in his head now. You can't blame Mahomes in this one. As much as I want to, you just can't. That offensive line was horrendous.
I really didn't watch too much of the Eagles all year, so I wasn't sure how good their defense was. But all throughout the first half, I mean, I don't know how many times they sacked Mahomes in the first half. It was something like 5 or 6 all game.
It was 6 all game.
But
Yeah.
All game. They blitzed maybe twice. That was all from
It was a 4-man rush with 7 dropping. Yeah. That's not on Mahomes. Sorry, it's not.
No, I mean, you have plenty of offensive linemen that could have stepped up and blocked these guys. But
yeah, and I mean, if you would have told me before the game that Mahomes was going to be their leading rusher with 25 yards, that's pathetic. I mean, they just gave up on the run. They didn't even try. You've got to balance that out. You can't be one feature in the NFL, period.
Right. And, even to say if you have a defense that's holding Barkley to under 60 yards for the game, you would think that defense would be winning and that team would be winning. But, I was pleasantly surprised. Sorry, little Patty.
No, that's a great call, because when you look at these numbers, and if I tell you these numbers before the game, you would have thought the Eagles got trounced. Saquon Barkley, 25 carries for 57 yards. Your leading receiver is Devontae Smith with 69 yards. And you're telling me they were up 24-0 at halftime? But then what if I told you that first half Mahomes was 6 of 14 with 33 yards?
Yeah. Yeah. That is just crazy.
I mean, I don't know who you blame it on. Is it complacency? Possibly. Do these guys just think they can show up and they're the Chiefs and they're like New England and, the name alone should skid? They weren't ready for that front at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Not at all. Not at all. And
nope.
Yeah. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this. I mean, I certainly expected, really, let's go back a little bit. Steve Spagnuolo, I hold him in very high regards as the defensive coordinator. They weren't stopping anything. It seemed like Philadelphia just had their number, and they had this game plan very, very well.
Well, what they did was they game planned for Barkley. They did that job, but they did not game plan for the number 3. They game planned for Barkley and Brown. They took those 2 away, and Philadelphia said, "Okay, that's fine. We have a couple other guys," and that's when they started going to Devontae. They also hit who was it, Dotson, early in the game. Their slot, and they picked them apart. I mean, they dinked it, and you know what? Kansas City couldn't get pressure on him, and when they did, he threw that back foot pick, and you thought they were right back in the game, and then it was like free range shooting season for Philadelphia. Yeah, you took Barkley away. You couldn't stop Hurts. And who would have ever thought that?
Right. And we had a few people over here to watch the game yesterday, and everybody before halftime kept saying, "Yeah, it's over with." 24-0, whatever the score was at halftime. They're not coming back. I'm like, you know what? They got to the Super Bowl for a reason. They're a good team. If anybody that could come back, it would be Mahomes. Yeah. In my mind. Then they came out and did 3 and out, and like, well, okay, they're done.
Well, there's another guy that could do it too, but he was too busy bugging you on his broadcast. He would have told you all about him.
Oh my God. We'll get into him in a second.
Paul's favorite person, guys. Favorite person.
Yeah, let's do it now. Let's do it now. It's on my head. All due respect to his playing career, he was a great quarterback, and trust me, this is giving me a massive headache to say this. He's a great quarterback. He did a lot of great things. Was it 7 Super Bowl wins in 10 tries or whatever?
Yeah.
By the way, he did lose. Did he lose to the Rams? No, the Rams beat the Titans. They did beat the Rams, St. Louis Rams at the time. I cannot stand that guy. I just cannot stand listening to that guy. This is my opinion, and I think I share this with quite a few people, that he is not a great broadcaster. I mean, for one, this is his first season, so him of all people, he's going to work so hard to get better at this, and I hope he does. But he'll never be a John Madden in my book.
No.
But throughout the game, I luckily it was loud in this house and I couldn't really hear too much. But when I did hear it, he talked about himself an awful lot. And I get it. He's the GOAT for a reason. But I just realized I have Paranormal Among Us in the background here. But he needs to back off and talk about the game. When I was playing, it just that just rubbed me the wrong way. There's a change.
The part that cracks me up with him is, and I love that dude, but when he sits there and talks about, in my day, we got hit harder than that. They didn't call anything. I thought, you pompous ass, this is why we have these rules. This is why nobody can touch a quarterback anymore.
Gary, we're talking about Tom Brady, the wonderful announcer. And you know what?
The wonderful man.
The one, just ask him. Man. Just ask him.
Just ask him. He'll tell you. Yep.
I was listening to talk radio, sports radio this morning, and they were talking about him. And before he got hired at Fox, all these other networks were trying to cut back, and Trakeman got like 16 million, and somebody else had to get 15 or 17 million, and everybody's like, trying to cut costs, and all of a sudden he comes along and they're giving him 100 was it 300, 350, 350 million?
Might as well have been a Barry Bonds deal. It was ridiculous, whatever it was.
Yeah. That's my rant. I feel better now.
I'm glad you could get that off. Off your chest, man. We're here for you. This is therapy.
And thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Whoop, wrong one. Thank you, Gary. and like I said, I think there's others that feel that same way. So but he can only get better. Let's hope he does.
That's correct. Yeah, I hope he does too.
Actually, I want your opinion on this. He's part owner of the Raiders. Wouldn't you think this is kind of a conflict of interest?
It was. He had to sign a NDA. He had to sign something a couple weeks ago when he criticized the officials. He got fined heavily because it's in his contract that he can't do that as a part owner. All he can do is analyze the game as a quarterback. That's all he's supposed to be doing. So, yeah, it's a big conflict of interest. Yes. Yeah.
But anyway. Yes,
it's all right. He's got the Jerry Jones button in the booth. He just hits the button and a flag magically.
Yeah, no kidding. Yes, Denise, Tom Brady played for New England and won most of his championships with Tampa, and with New England, and then he did win that one.
New England, and
the first year he was in
first
Tampa
year.
Yeah.
First year he went over there.
Yeah.
And they said, is it Belichick or Tom Brady? And well, he answered that question real quick.
Unfortunately, it was Brady.
You love him. You are so in love with him. You have such a man crush. It just bleeds.
I'm a closet Tom Brady fan.
You really are. But on one more note on that Super Bowl, I was happy for Brandon Graham, who I think this was his last year. I think he's been in the league 15 years as a defensive end. Think about that. Offensive lineman, yes, I get it. That's a hard enough row. But, he was hurt for 9 weeks, came out last night as a captain, as he always is, and then played I think that was his last Super Bowl. So that was cool that he gets a ring on the way out. So
that's cool.
Go ahead.
And it would have been cool to see history three-peat last night, but I've said this before on here and on other show. I wanted somebody else to win it. I was done. 2 is enough. Little Patty, no.
It is. Yes, it is. Patty, you're dead right. Yes.
No, she's not.
Wait till you see what he gets him for Valentine's Day.
No.
Give it to him, Paul.
So the final score was 40-22, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
what I thought. So last week I had people the people in chat guess the score of the game. No one really got terribly close. Actually, one. Well, okay. So I came up with I thought it was going to be 42-39 Eagles.
Okay.
Let's see here. Mayhem had 27-24 Eagles.
Okay.
Moon at Noon had 31-17 Kansas City. Pam had 42-31 Kansas City. It was close. Denise
Wrong
had
team winning.
26-15. Yeah. Almost the right score. Denise had
Yeah.
26-15. Val 32-27 Eagles. Well, that was kind of close. 24-27 by BJ. BJ's husband, 31-27.
Everybody thought it was going to be close like that. Those are good
Yeah.
guesses. All of those are
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
guesses.
The one that was closest was I Like Ike, Pancho Zorch, 38-24, but he had a score close, but it was he had Kansas City winning it. But yeah, I mean, did you going into this game? Did you think it was going to be a lot closer than the score?
I did. I thought it was another great matchup. I, like everybody else, unless you're a KC fan, wanted Philly. And it was kind of the pick of the two evils, to be honest with you, because not a lot of fans of the head coach for Philly either, until you saw his human side last night kind of came through. Remember, this is a guy they wanted to fire in week 5 here. They did a fans poll, and it was 79% wanted him out. Remember, but Philly's the same one that throws snowballs at Santa and tries to kill him. So
and boo Santa Claus. I mean,
yeah. So I mean, they had a jail in the basement of their football field, and still do. I think veterans definitely did. So
yeah. How do you know?
Brotherly love. I don't know. I might have been there. That's rumor. Speculation.
I know. Yeah. So I mean, it was good that at the end of the game that they were able to put their second stringers in there and give them a chance to throw a pass in the Super Bowl, and even get to play in the Super Bowl game. You don't get that too terribly often.
Man, all these girls are fighting over your man Tom. I mean,
hey, they can have him.
Kimber loves him in his white pants, but Paul, you loved him first. Don't lie.
I can't tell a lie. I can't stand the
guy. Okay. Now, I will say this. I would have loved to seen the prop bet on the over-under on how many times they were going to show Taylor during the game. But that game got out of hand so quick that they showed her one time. One time. And Brittany was sitting to her left, Mahomes' wife just sitting there. I was like, this is the only time these two have never wanted a camera on them in their lives, ever.
Exactly. And I've never been a Taylor Swift fan. And no, I am not a closet Taylor Swift fan. What are they called? Swifties or whatever?
No. You Swiftie,
No. I'm tired of that, showing her every 10 seconds of a football game, and every time that Kelsey touches the ball, they got to show her. So I was very happy that they did not show her last night.
They're a business. They get it. They brought in a lot of fans that don't care two things about football to that viewership.
Exactly. So we kind of touched on the game a little bit. Let's talk about other thing. We, of course, talked about Brady.
Yeah.
What do you think of the halftime show?
Ugh. I needed an interpreter, and Bryce was nowhere to be found, so I had no idea what he was saying. I used to know rap. I used to be really good with rap. I didn't understand any of that. I know there was one song that my nephew said that he wasn't supposed to play at the end, and I know the NFL got fined for it, and he got fined for it. So
yeah.
So that made the show. I was like, oh, sweet. Yes, he played it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is either. And Denise, I'm hoping you were talking about the halftime show and not this show. No, kidding.
Yeah. Crapola. Crapola.
But yeah, it was honestly, I'm I'm older. I'm in my 50s. I can't stand rap. I don't understand it. I had never heard of this guy before until before the Super Bowl when people were saying who was playing. I have no idea who he is. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. Some of the younger kids that were here knew it, but yeah, we need to get a good rocking halftime.
Pam might be right. He was a little deep from the mic, and he was a little faint. The cool part, there was one cool part in that I thought with the dancers when they created the American flag when he was singing that one song, but that was kind of cool. But yeah, his beef with Drake, great, but that doesn't do it for me. That's not enough for me to be like, oh, what a halftime show. Now him getting sued, that's awesome. That he just didn't even care and he still sang it. He'll never be on an NFL game again because he cost them money, but
yeah. So he's coming here to St. Louis. I guess he's kicking off his tour after the Super Bowl or whatever. And he's coming here to St. Louis, and somebody I work with got tickets for her daughter. They're like, she spent $1,600 on that guy. Oh. And I had never heard of this guy. And he's playing at a dome stadium. I didn't think that he was going to be anywhere that big. I mean, that's
he sells out.
60,000 people, really?
Yeah, he sells out. Yep.
Oh,
yep. He sells out. I don't follow him either, honestly. I mean, I know more Drake stuff than I do his.
Yeah, I don't know anything by either one of them. I wouldn't pay $1,600 for my favorite band to go see. So
neither would I. I agree with that.
Yeah, but I think that got an F- for me. And really, the American flag part was cool. I'll give it an F, a solid F, because
just a solid F.
Solid F. Who was that guy that was in the Uncle Sam suit?
It was
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah.
I like that part.
That was cool. That he was narrating. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that part was cool. And I didn't see it, but Serena Williams was on one of the stages.
I know. I heard that too. Yeah, I didn't see that either, but I heard my nephew yell out, "That's Serena!" And I'm like, "Huh?" Like I was done with that show. Now you bring back that one with Eminem and Dre and those guys. Yeah, that bumped 3 years ago. That was good.
That was Snoop Dogg, wasn't it?
Yes.
Or was he last year? Okay, yeah.
It was all of them. Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm talking about like Metallica or.
Oh, I agree. That'll never happen.
Skinner.
Get Uncle Ted out there. Get some Nugent out there.
Nugent. Oh, that would be awesome. NFL would never go for
fever. No, they wouldn't go for that.
Oh God! Look at this. Somebody asked how much they paid for Super Bowl tickets. Guy said $30,000.
Oh my God! Must be nice to have money like that, though.
That was my thoughts sounded just like your voice. I mean,
seriously.
Jeez.
I mean, you know me, I'm a Lions diehard. This is all my dad's stuff. He graduated from KU. So anybody in Missouri, don't yell at me. I didn't do this. I'm a Michigan everything. So I was already contemplating what happens if the Lions get there. Like, how much would I spend to see a once probably in a lifetime thing? 30 grand? No. Not a chance. I probably wouldn't spend 5, to be honest with you.
No.
And that may be a once in a lifetime thing, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, well,
is
depending on
your limit, is that
30,000? Yeah, 30,000 is my limit.
No, 5. I said 5. Would you do 5? No. See, I drive up to Ford Field and watch it with the rest of the Detroit fans and do that.
Yeah. I mean, I would go to if the Rams were in it, if they had a viewing party at the Dome Stadium here, I'd go down there and watch it. I mean, I didn't know they were here, but not to bring up a different sport, but in hockey, when the Blues were in the Stanley Cup, we had Busch Stadium sold out. That's where the Cardinals play. We had Enterprise Center where the Blues play that was sold out for a road game. But I was at home anyway.
Yeah.
But But I mean, yeah, I honestly think, and we had this 2 weeks ago, we had somebody from Detroit on talking about the Detroit
Nice.
Lions woes.
Yeah.
And one of my people in the chat know BMR. He's up in Detroit, does a paranormal show up there,
Okay.
and he is a diehard Lions fan. He
Oh,
was
yeah, so am I.
devastated last 2 years.
Yes.
But I really think I don't think their window's closed yet.
I don't either. I think it's about another probably 2 to 3 year window, which is why I think they should go out and give whatever Myles Garrett wants from Cleveland, because he wants out, and you put him on the other edge with Aiden, and that's just a wrap. I mean, that's what Philly looks like right there.
Right.
And yes, Patty, I'm glad you're in Missouri. Again, I apologies for the KU stuff.
And depending on who they get for defensive and offensive coordinator, I think they're going to be fine.
They'll be fine.
I think they'll be fine for, like you said, 2 or 3 more years.
Yep.
And who knows after that? I mean, their coach is fantastic. I see him being there for quite a while. I don't see them going away. At least I hope not.
I'd run through a wall for that man, but his X's and O's sometimes gets me a little squirrely. Let's not go for it every time, Mr. Campbell. It's not high school football.
But you know what? I mean, he stuck to his guns, and I mean, he won that way and he lost that way. So
you're right. You're right.
My kudos to him for sticking up. I honestly think 2 years ago that was the wrong call, but but whatever.
Yeah, I agree. But anyways, we digress.
Yes. So we talked about the game. We talked about the halftime show, which sucked.
Let's talk about your man love.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
What about the commercials? A lot of people didn't care who won the game. They didn't hardly watch. They watched it for the commercials. And, over the last few years, to me, the commercials have just sucked. And when I heard that Anheuser-Busch was spending a ton of money on this, I got really excited.
Yeah.
I was disappointed again this year.
Oh, you're killing me, dude. That was
overall, I was disappointed.
Okay.
For
that's fair.
There was a few really good ones that I like, and some that were kind of like, oh, that's neat, that's cute. I'll tell you the one that I really like. That
I was just letting Kim know.
I just saw that you're paying more attention to the chat than I am.
Hey.
Where was I going with this?
You were yelling about the commercials. Yes,
I was. The one that I really liked that probably wasn't in my top 5 was, I think it was the Google Pictures or Google Pics, whatever one, with the guy was going through life. I guess his daughter was getting married and stuff, and they're following that. And excuse me, I think that one was really cool.
It was cool, and then it went backwards back to birth. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but I mean, for almost $8 million for 30 seconds, they need to be better. They need to be better than that. What did you think?
Well, I got my top 10. I want to see what they think on these, though. But mind you, these are just comedy. These top 10 are comedy. Go ahead.
Actually, before you list yours, guys in chat, throw out some of your favorite, like one or two favorite commercials, the brand or whatever. I got, and I'll share.
Mike was busy watching the Puppy Bowl. Why didn't we do a recap of the Puppy Bowl, man?
I didn't even know it was on.
Stats were there were 3 poops and 2 peas in the first quarter. So,
oh man, I didn't know that.
Who won it, Mike? Come on, man.
Yeah,
what were some nicknames?
Do you remember when Budweiser did the Bud Bowl?
Yes,
several years ago.
Yes, with the Bud Ice and yes.
That, I think that was the best commercials when Budweiser did the Bud Bowl, the frogs, the what's that? All those.
I had just told somebody, I was like, I'm so glad they got rid of that. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. And then Budweiser with the frogs. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that was better than anything that they
It
had.
was good though, because you were always looking forward to the next year. Like the Bud Bowl was great. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
who's going to win it? What new product and what player are they going to make him? Yeah, it was pretty good. It was very good.
So Mike says Team Rough
Yeah.
wins over Team Fluff.
Yeah, way to go, Ruff.
Uh,
Who is the MVP?
Pebbles or whatever his name is. I'm trying to find somebody posted on here.
Budweiser, good one, Kim. Yes, like you already. Yes.
Lil Patty liked the Stitch commercial. That was one of the first ones when
it really was. It was the movie preview. It was
when
great.
Joe Buck when they were trying to catch the thing on the field. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That was all right.
I thought it was hilarious. It's a good promo for the movie, though.
It was hilarious. That's right. That's what I said.
Yes.
Let's see.
Budweiser, which I loved.
Budweiser. The two with the Christian message. Can't even say
which
it.
Is solid heartwarmer. There were some good heartwarmers too. Yeah.
Kim said Budweiser. Okay, so what did you think? Let's talk about this one.
Okay.
What the heck is with Seal?
Oh God.
That was creepy as shit.
The new version of the spider monkey baby thing or whatever. Yeah. It's gonna give me nightmares for years.
I could that and the guy with the cowboy hat head thing.
That it's bred in your DNA. I'm like, that's disturbing.
Yeah. But Seal being a seal?
Yes.
No, that was a bad one.
Now here's my question, and I've always wondered this: how much acid do you think they took to make that commercial or to come up with that? They have to be tripping balls to be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking? What if it was just in your DNA and your head just grew like a cowboy hat? That was his skin. It was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So dumb.
So Kim likes you back.
I know. I see. Hi, Kim.
And I know Rick. For you guys listening, Rick's got a lot going on. His son's going to be playing baseball in college. I'm going to try and have his son on a couple times. And Rick is more than welcome to come back here anytime he wants. Like I said before, he's an encyclopedia of sports knowledge. So you're more than welcome to come back here anytime. And I've told you that before too. So
appreciate it. Yep. Thank you.
Anyway. The Doritos commercial. So a lot of everybody in chat is on the paranormal chats that we do, and so I'm watching that first one where the UFO abducts the Doritos bag and it's shaking like crazy. Awesome. I thought that one was a great one for the paranormal world.
Now here's what's even better. You know that was a contest winner. That was not written by Doritos. That was a contest winner wrote that.
I did not know that.
They got $1 million for it. The kid's going to OU. So we know that here in Ohio because he became famous. They became famous for winning the competition. So yeah, that was a write-in. Yeah, that was a contest winner.
Wow.
Which makes it even better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, still they had to pay $1 million to the winner. They had to,
and then $8 million for the spot. Yeah.
$8 million for the spot. That's $9 million. I don't know how much it costs to produce this.
Yeah,
I mean, you're probably talking about $10 million.
But we're talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I don't know if I put this on here. Like BJ said, was it worth it to these companies?
That's the question.
I mean, will they know like right off the bat? I mean, we're on a sports show talking about this, so yeah. I mean,
yeah. Like I said, every major newspaper, I know that's like Amish Braille now. Nobody knows what that is. But on every newspaper, they had their top 50 list today of their commercials. So they're getting publicity all over the place. Whether or not that sells products directly, who knows? Who knows?
And you know what? I am going to... Where is it? I'm going to... I had this article up here, the top Super Bowl commercials.
John, that's an
Where is it?
understatement, bud. They get paid way too much. We could be in a recession and they're making as much as
Oh, here
countries.
it is.
Yeah. And when they
Okay.
sprain a finger, they're
Okay,
out
so
for 6
I'm gonna
months.
what happened? What did I miss?
He said that John told us pro sports gets paid too much. I said that's not even that's an understatement upon understatements. If you combine the top 4 sports,
and that's a topic for another story.
Yeah. And now you have to include college
Yeah.
sports with NIL, but we'll get to that some other time. But yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, no kidding. But I mean, even the broadcasters are getting paid too much. I mean, $350 million for your first year of broadcasting, that's crazy. But you know, you're paid this much to play a kid's game, and that's just crazy. And
Yep.
all these contracts in baseball, no, that's way too much. And we're the ones that are suffering from it. The ticket prices are going through the roof.
And yet me and Paul's favorite sport gets paid the least of the top 4 and is probably the most studs of any sport, and that's hockey. Without a doubt.
I thought you were going to talk about table tennis.
Well, that too. No, it's more pickleball for me.
Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to bring this up. Can you see that on the screen there? Nope. Okay, so let's get that ad off there. Sorry, we don't want to buy USA Today. So this is I found this on USA Today's website. I mean, like Rick said, there's a ton of them. Yeah. So they're ranking their commercials, and then we'll talk about which one we like the best here in a few minutes. So and I don't know if I can play these or not. I'm going to say no. Their favorite one was the Budweiser First Delivery.
Yep.
Which was good. This one here I thought was pretty good too. The Lay's Little Farmer. That was a cute little one. What did that mean?
It was
you
solid.
Can see that I like that.
Solid.
Oh, let's get rid of this guy. Let's see here. I thought the Michelob Ultra with Catherine O'Hara, and I can't remember that guy's name. I thought that one was one of my favorites.
It was hilarious.
I guess old people playing pickleball.
Their only knock on it is that it went too long, is what I read on the criticisms. Then again, the people who were criticizing it is why I love it. So keep criticizing it. I thought it was hilarious too, Paul. It was hilarious.
Let's see here.
They were like, "Oh,
this one was another great one."
That one was fantastic. That is one of the best ones I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. This would have had to have been in my top 5. And even in the line where Matt Damon. Yeah. Oh, it's 2-part? I didn't know it was 2-part.
Yeah, there was one leading into the Super Bowl that they played to tempt you, where David goes up to his door and knocks on it, but they leave it right there, to be continued kind of stuff. They were doing the prelim into the Super Bowl. Yeah. So it was, yeah, even at the end, he gets his jab in, right, at Affleck.
Yeah. And I like the way he was, even Matt Damon said it's not like a Matt Damon kind of guy, is it?
Right,
so
right.
That was kind of cool.
That's when he goes, no, more a Ben Affleck, and he goes, oh, that's a shame. Those two
make sure you get your lumber liquidators.
Yeah, right there.
I don't remember this one. The NFL Someday. What is that
one? That's a great one. They show all the kids talking about I am somebody. And like inspirational from the coaches. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a tearjerker. Yeah.
I don't remember that one for some reason.
It's pretty good. You'll have to watch it. Yep.
This one, I like this one, the NFL Flag 50, where the girls are better than you, kind of going back and forth, and actually the girls won.
They're talking about making cool. They're trying to get powder puff flag football as a varsity sport for girls in high school.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they were
I think next year, either next year or this spring, I think the school that my son goes to, he's going to be graduating this year.
Right.
I think they're going to have. Somebody said they're going to have flag football
Yep.
in high school there, so that'd be kind of neat.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
This one I thought was cool. I'm not a big fan of Post Malone, but this one was a really good one. The cul-de-sac one.
I am a huge fan of Shane Gillis. If you
I
have
sure
not
hope I don't
watched
get
his
dinged for all
stand-up,
this. But
if you have not seen his stand-up Beautiful Dogs, watch that on Netflix, please. He is one of the funniest dudes out there.
Let's see here. What
That's
number
my
are we on?
plug
We're on it.
for
This
Shane
one was
Gillis.
just okay. The Uber Eats. Well, okay.
Yogi of Bud Light.
Uber Eats was okay. Okay. I'll send
It
you
could
one.
have done more. Could have done more. Could have done more. Refrigerator Perry was funny in it. That line was good in it, but they led you up to it. I was expecting a whole lot more out of that.
Yeah. This one it was okay. When Harry met Sally, or when Sally met Hellman's.
Here's why Paul says it's only okay. Go ahead and tell him, Paul. Well, because I had
we were
a
talking
crush
about this
on her.
earlier. I did. I thought she was hot. I love
She's in her
Meg Ryan.
60s. What do you
And
want her to do?
she looks terrible. She looks terrible. I mean, Billy Crystal just looks older. I mean, that's Meg Ryan hasn't looked good since God, all the work she's done. It's been a while.
That's the problem.
She's been attractive. Yeah.
Just
I don't like
beautifully, gracefully. Yes, neither do I.
I don't remember this one. The knockout?
Yes, it's with the little
that's when the
comes out in the boxing gloves. Yeah.
With cancer, he knocks out cancer.
Yes.
Yeah, he knocked out cancer. That was a great one.
Another heart jerker. Yep. Tear jerker. Yep.
There's the alien abduction one. There's the alien abduction.
When he gets slammed around,
you like this one. This was one of your favorite.
This is my number one.
Yeah.
It is Jeep. Yeah.
You know, you can't go wrong with Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is a dog. That dude is a legend. And the way they wrote this with the military and the sacrifices and all that, and then the line at the end he uses, and my last name's Ford. That's hilarious. I mean, that's just well played.
Yeah. Yeah. He is such a brilliant actor. I don't know. I mean, all the movies he's done, and he's got that TV show on Apple Plus. I can't remember the name of it.
You're right. With him as the therapist,
psychiatrist.
Right? Yes.
Therapist. I can't remember the name of it, but I mean, he's funny in that show.
Yes.
It's if you get Apple Plus, check that out. That's awesome.
He's solid.
Yeah. And then the Instacart. I didn't like this one that much.
I didn't mind it because it brought back all the characters and logos, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of throwback." All right. And then I was like, "Wait a minute, what is this even for?" I was confused.
Yeah, exactly.
Till the end, and I'm like, "Okay, that makes sense."
A lot of these, especially that one that we talked about earlier, you didn't know what it was until like the very end.
Right.
You remember which one we were talking about? This was the one that I liked, the Google Pixel one with the kid growing up. That's that's a tearjerker. This one has been on for quite a while, I think.
Agreed. Yes,
Hasn't
I've
it?
seen that before the Super Bowl. Yes.
Yeah. This one. This was a good one.
Here's the one where we're going to disagree. I'm like, really?
Well,
good and bad.
Saying this,
we can't.
Let's just leave it at that. Leave it at that. That's perfectly the way you said it. Good and bad. It brought up awareness for something very good.
It did. Yes.
The stand-up hate one that was good.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that one. The Coors Light I thought was funnier than 18.
That's my funniest one ever. How did they rank that
so
low? The end of that commercial, the dude's throwing him a beer and it's by him, and he's like, I laughed for a good 5 minutes just sitting there. I was like, that's great.
What?
That's me on a Monday.
What? Yeah, it's everybody, especially Super Bowl Monday.
Super Bowl Monday, you're like,
What movie had Sloss in it where they were working at the DMV? It was it had to have been some kids movie, but it was just something out of that. It was funny.
It is funny. Sloths are great.
Yeah,
those things are awesome. I went to Costa Rica. I've seen them. They're great. They only come down from treetops once a week. This is no lie. This is what they told us, to go to the bathroom, and they crawl right back up. And it looks like they've been smoking with Willie and freaking Snoop for 2 days, and that's how they act. They have rope bridges because they can't get across the streets. Yep. Like locals will pick them up and carry them across. So yeah, they're great, man. They're awesome.
Yeah,
they're great. I mean, I don't know how you can't smile at a sloth.
We'll do 2 more of what they think. No,
yeah, that's the one you hated.
I didn't like this one.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But there's yours.
I mean, it was okay.
That's so low.
This is the one that I love.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
No kidding. That's 20.
Yeah, that's low.
Yeah, I mean, it starts out. They were in court or something. Zootopia. Thank you, BJ.
There you go.
The movie was Zootopia. It's a kids movie. Yep. But this one starts out. The old ladies were in court or something, and they're in front of the judge, and then all of a sudden, from the back, showing this way, and the old lady's flashing the judge.
That's when she got like, bingo. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a Thelma and Louise concept, and then they just go on a absolute hellfire run.
Mm-hmm. What do they? I heard them say something. I was laughing too hard through. I think they called them the Golden Girls.
Maybe.
Yeah. That was my favorite one. That was my favorite.
Okay.
One. What was yours?
They've hit about all of them. Mine was Jeep on the serious side. On the funny side, it was the Coors Light Sloths were my number one on the funny ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Stella Artois was good. That was the one with Beckham. And then one that they didn't put on there, if you haven't seen it, is Stock, S-T-O-K, with what's his name? Tatum Channing?
Tatum Channing.
Come on, girls, you guys know this. Yes. So he was teaching a real English soccer team to do celebration dances. Uh-huh. He's like, your celebration dances have been terrible. I'm sent here by ownership. We need to liven this up. So he's teaching them how to do dances. And you know what that alludes to. And it's hilarious. Like at the end, at the end, the soccer team starts getting naked. And he's like, no, I didn't want that. I promised them it'd be tasteful. He's like, put your clothes back on. It was funny.
The one I really didn't like was the Duracell battery commercial with Tom Brady.
Hated it. Yes.
Well, that kind of goes with the theme of this whole thing. Anything with Tom Brady, I won't like. The one that I thought, the 2 that I thought were really interesting were the one where Gene Levy's eyelashes go up and start flying around. That was for Little Caesars Pizza.
Correct.
And then there was another one with mustaches flying around. That was for, I think, Pringles.
Yep.
The weird thing is
somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody got word of it.
I thought it was the same company at first.
So did I. I thought it was 2 commercials by them.
But that was a great idea on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Gene Levy with those eyebrows, I thought they were fake the whole time. Like, yeah, that was funny. That was funny. And
Homes.com we didn't touch. Homes.com was good with Morgan Freeman. That was pretty solid with Eugene Levy's son from Schitt's Creek.
Yes. Yeah.
They're like, you can't say Homes.com is number 1. And they're like, what if she says it in Morgan Freeman's voice?
Wait a minute, I got this. I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do
this. Yeah. That was good.
And then you mentioned this one before, the Uber Eats one with Kevin Bacon, and they were doing all the Super Bowl foods.
Oh my God, yes. That was
good.
great.
That was good. I think Matt Damon was in that too. But think about it. all of these commercials, they have to be cost millions of dollars with all these actors and stuff to be in it, and then throw in $8 million on top of that to air it.
Yeah.
I
don't know if
these-
I don't see how it's worth it. I don't. I mean, unless you're showing me 150% markup as far as sales from the previous year, and you can directly correlate it to this. I mean, how do you know it's worth it? Or are you just throwing out money?
Yeah. I think they're just throwing out money. I mean, people are going to buy, Anheuser-Busch products. They're going to buy Uber Eats. I mean, none of these commercials made me think, oh, I'm going to go buy me another Jeep,
right.
or
right.
I'm going to go buy me a Little Caesars pizza, which I don't really like.
Yeah. I'm going to go get some Ultra Michelob Ultra and get hustled by the old people.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't remember this. Well, I don't remember who this one was for, but the one where Tom Cruise was on there, I didn't recognize him.
Neither did Patty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise was on the intro to the Super Bowl, and it was that whole piece, the lead-in piece. And you're right. He looks old. That dude looks old.
Yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford is old, but he's still.
Harrison Ford's like, who do we explain him as? The dude from Roadhouse, the old guy, Garrett, the dude that does the Gronk commercials with him.
Yeah.
All the ladies think he's gorgeous still. I mean, they all love him, and he's got to be in his 80s.
I can't think
Levitt, Sam, what is his name? Why am I drawing a blank? Come on, crowd. One of you
okay, guys.
Who that is.
It's a contest. Who's going to get it before?
Sam Elliott.
Thank you, BJ.
There you go. Thanks, BJ.
Yeah, but I think Harrison Ford's better than Sam Elliott.
I think they're both cool. I mean, I want to be that cool when I'm that old. Those two are cool as hell. They just walk into a room and exude cool. You're like,
yeah,
I know you. And then Sam Elliott's like, I still look like I was in the Wild West, and I'll still shoot you. Yes, I love Sam. Sam's great.
BJ, are you talking? BJ, are you talking about me?
I know. I'll be 52 next month. No, not us. I know.
No,
I'll sit down.
No. She could be talking about either Sam Elliott or Sam. Okay.
Yeah. Shame.
Not just Sam. Sam.
No, Sam.
Not you guys. We are kidding, of course, BJ. Way to burst our bubble, though.
That's all right. Happens all the time.
Yeah, but man, overall, I mean, did you watch any of the pregame stuff for the Super Bowl?
I did. I watched some of it. I like the intro with Tom Cruise. He just looks old, but the concept of it is really good. They overkill it, I think, at times. I didn't mind America the Beautiful when they put that little jazz wrinkle to it. I didn't mind that. Usually I call that disrespectful. I liked it. I actually dug that a little bit. Now, if they would have done it to the national anthem, I'd have been pissed, but they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just.
I wasn't crazy about the.
I wasn't sold by him at all. Nope.
No. So for me, all of the music, the national anthem, the God Bless America or whatever, the halftime, all that sucked for me. But whatever. So for the whole program, Super Bowl from start to finish, with the game, with the advertising, with the halftime, what grade would you give it?
C+, B- in that range. It was no bueno.
Ooh, as high as a B-? Wow.
Yeah, because I dug a couple of the commercials. Yeah. Like I said, I had vested interest in who won, as far as I loved the Philly one, so that saved it for me. And no offense, KC fan, I know, I'm sorry, but we were just kind of burned out on them, like you guys, everybody was with the Patriots and Brady at the end. Exactly. So you just wanted to see the top dog get knocked down. That's all you wanted.
And I've said, and I've teased you a little, Patty, about it before. And yes, I'm from Missouri. I should be rooting for the Chiefs. I don't see it that way, but Yeah, I was rooting for the Chiefs in the other couple Super Bowls, but I think I was ready to move on. And I would have been happy either way. Who won? I'm glad Philadelphia won. I'm just glad everybody had fun.
Everybody, you all won because you played.
Let's see. Oh, BJ, a detailed grade. Look at that. Enjoyed the game. An A on the game. Commercials C+. Halftime show F. That's
Not
okay,
bad. That's solid.
Yeah. I think I would give the game probably a B, a solid B. I was hoping for a more competitive, closer game. The commercials, she said a C+. I'll probably say a C or a C-. There were some good ones, but I think there were some stinkers in there that I didn't like. The halftime show, a solid F.
Solid F.
Solid F.
Right in that 55 range.
Oh, I'm not that high. No. 30.
Oh, Gary, I'll tell you what. Lions, Browns, Super Bowl. Look over your shoulder. Hell's frozen over. The four horsemen on the apocalypse are right over your corner because those two make the Super Bowl. It's over. It's the only. Well, there's three that have never made it. Those are two of them.
Yeah, that would the NFL. I don't know if the NFL would want that, but I think that would be a damn good.
I think it'd be the most watched Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls. I truly believe that.
I know quite a few Detroit fans who would just be over the moon, you included.
Yeah. Well, you got two teams that both teams have been offers. They trumped each other. We were 0-16, then the Browns took it back, and then that's exactly why Myles Garrett wrote the letter he wrote. He wants out of Cleveland. He goes, it's nothing against the fans. He wrote an apology letter to the fans, but he goes, I'm not here to go to Cleveland to Canton. He goes, I want a Super Bowl somewhere in there. Yeah. And he goes, it's not going to be done in my time frame with them. And he's right. Let him go. Yeah. Show class and let him go. Detroit didn't show class with Calvin Johnson or Barry Sanders. And that made me really pissed at ownership for a long time. So just do the classy thing and let him go like we did with Stafford. And he went right out and got a Super Bowl. Good for him. He deserved it.
Yeah, except he got it for the Rams.
And I knew that was coming. Sore subject. Paul's like, yes, if he was with St. Louis, God, he'd be an idol right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's your ownership.
Oh, what mine? No.
Yeah.
But
now you got the Battlehawks, baby. Battlehawks.
We're never going to get an NFL team, but the UFL, we have the St. Louis Battlehawks. They have, Kroenke, the owner of the Rams, said St. Louis can't support a team. We had the highest by far the highest average attendance in the UFL.
By far. No, it's UFL now, but yeah. USFL is what it was, and then
this town went nuts over that, and it's a shame that we don't have an NFL team, but it is what it is. So
that sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we're at the hour mark, and I believe Tex is coming on. Texas Front Porch is coming on here soon. So we are going to, if he's not on now, we're going to go ahead and bow out so we're not stepping on old Tex's shoes. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. And remember, and I forgot to mention this throughout the show, if you're watching over on Paranormal Among Us, go on over to Zanzibar. I didn't have the link to put that on there. Make sure that you go over and subscribe to Zanzibar and watch it over there. Because eventually it's not going to be on over here. BJ said that PRT is also on. So, okay, jump on over there. Go Sens go. Okay, Mike, we're going to have we're going to get hockey on. I think next week next week, we're going to talk baseball. Spring training is starting, or I guess I should go that way.
We
Spring
should do
training
the Four
starting.
Nations, though. We should do a Four Nations preview.
That's going to be awesome.
That's
That is
next
going to
week.
be awesome.
Or it's Wednesday. Starts Wednesday. Yeah, we need to do that.
That is going to be cool. Okay, so, well, we won't be back on until Monday, so
Yes, yeah,
we'll do Four Nations
We'll
and maybe
recap.
baseball and have a good time with all that. So,
hey guys, thank you so much for letting me join today. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you.
And they are the ones that control everything here.
Yep.
No, I've said this before on my show, on the Paranormal Among Us show. These guys in chat are just fantastic. I love them all. So thank you guys for watching. Rick, thank you for coming on, and you are more than welcome to come back here. I know Kimber would love to see you again. So,
Thanks,
all right, guys.
Thanks, BJ.
We will talk to you later. See you Saturday. I can't remember. We're going to Australia this Saturday. So make sure you have your notifications on for Paranormal Among Us. I can't even say the name of my show. See you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Let me hit the button.